my name is Jamie. I know I look spectacular and I have a friend today. And I live in Saudi Arabia for a few more days, and this is going to probably be my final video in this house. So, hooray! Oh dear. I wanted to do one last little video, and I wanted to do an Are They Companions type of video because I have two palettes that I haven't used a whole lot, and it would be a good time to get them out before I have to pack them and see if they can co-function together. And these two palettes are Dark Fantasy from Beauty Bay and Retro Love from Beauty Bay. So here's a look in Dark Fantasy. There's a lot that I do like about this palette, but it is all kind of mid-tone and there aren't a lot of shades to blend out with. There is a white, so that is good, and that white is nice. But then when we take a look at the Retro Love palette, we can see that there's kind of some very complementary things happening here. So that's why I wanted to get them out, stretch their legs a little bit, and see what I can come up with. I do have a breakfast date with my boyfriend, so I cannot look too crazy. But yeah, let's get started. I really think that this is a fun way to try to figure out how to use palettes, because when you put them together, I sometimes feel that they can kind of be more cohesive. So I am going to start out as usual with my eyes primed, and then we'll get into the voiceover and enjoy. Also, if you're new here, hi. This is a weird time in my life to be joining me, but welcome all the same. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you're in the mood for lots of color, lots of indie brands. We gotta figure some things out in Egypt going forward. I'm not sure what the future is gonna look like, but that's what we're here for, you know? Please always feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I think I'm ready to get into the palettes. Hey, it's me from the future. I start out in the Dark Fantasy palette and I start putting down dark matter in my outer corner, just like usual. There's also a black on the other palette, but then I go into Reality, also in the Dark Fantasy palette, and I sort of feel like this color kind of got away from me a little bit. There was just something about the blendability that wasn't to my liking exactly, but I keep going and kind of work with it. And then I start going into Retro Love, and I go into Can't Hurry Love. Similar tone, a little bit lighter, and again, there's just something about these two colors that kind of got away from me in a way. But either way, like, it still turned out, it was fine. Once I have that blended out, I go into At Last, which is in the Retro Love palette. This palette has a few more pastels in it, and it has some really beautiful colors. I was kind of experimenting with the pinks a bit. Then you see me cutting my crease. Both of these palettes are kind of my least used Beauty Bay palettes, and I got them kind of within the same time frame, I guess. And I haven't just sat down and really used them. However, they do function really, really well together, and one does tend to complement the other. However, there is a black in both palettes and there is a white in both palettes, and the names are different for some reason. Anyway, heading back into the look. This cut crease turned out okay. It kind of got away from me a little bit, but then I head back into Dark Fantasy and I start putting down Hack. And Hack is kind of a almost champagne pink a little bit. It's a very, very pretty shimmer shade. Beauty Bay has some really wonderful shimmer shades, honestly. So in the Dark Fantasy palette, you start to see me go into Code, which is a very bright silver, but then I didn't end up liking how it looked, so I went into Hardcore, which is kind of a navy blue, and I just used that to smoke everything out. And then in the Retro Love palette, I was just trying to blend with the Chapel of Love, which is a white shade. I like the addition of a white shade into this palette, but like I said, both of these palettes have a black and white, but they function as companions just fine. I have a guest behind. What?
Okay, go.
Okay, so.
Are you filming?
Yes.
Okay.
Come. Here's the finished look using these two palettes. It's my last video in this house.
I didn't shave.
You didn't shave. My boyfriend didn't shave, and I would say that yes, they are companion palettes. They can be used this way.
طيب, what else?
You gotta come down. Also, you're sweating. Look, come down.
Where should I look here?
Anyway, we're going to breakfast now. So, finished look. I'll see you later. See you in Egypt. Bye.